Talk to him, God.
Good teaching that day, right?
Yeah.
So again, I'm gonna say, don't no strong woman like a weak man.
Amen.
Number one is get a job. Then you can have some say so. Number two is provide. Number three is protect. You need no man in the house. He telling you to go. He telling you heard something. He telling you to go check it out. Y'all quiet. You get to the gas station, you pumping the gas, he's sitting in the car. You going to work, he's sitting home, you fix breakfast, he go back to bed, you go to work. Then he'll take you to work so he can have your car. Something wrong with you. Well, they're not gonna. I'm trying to just fill it out. How they gonna act? Keep me at First Baptist. I'm gonna teach about fasting and praying today, because to us, I do want to study, but I ain't gonna do it because I want us to get prepared for this week of fasting and praying, this consecration, because we're gonna fast and pray Monday through Friday, and I got some times from a couple of people concerning how long they're gonna fast to, what they're gonna fast about. Our main thing is we're gonna fast and pray for who you're fasting prayer for. Plus, it's good to fast as an individual, but you need to know how to fast and pray corporately. So now we're going to do corporate fasting and prayer, and then you also going to pray and fast for your individual families and your life. But we're going to add some things into the mix for the whole church, that God would add to the church, that He would send the right people to the church, that He would send willing workers. Number one, that He would destroy yokes. Y'all do know there's yokes.
Yes, right.
Pull down strongholds. Strongholds are something that hold you tight or that hold you. And we're going to pray for the community. We're going to pray for the city. We're going to pray for the county. We're going to pray for leaders. We're going to pray for the church as a whole. We're going to pray for one another. We're going to pray for a spirit of oneness.
Amen.
One mind, one spirit.
Yes, sir.
And generational curses that some of us are dealing with now. We don't even know it. But we're dealing with generational curses. Until you confess that you got generational curses in you, you can never be delivered. Thank you, Brother Small. Appreciate you, Brother Rascal. We got some curses in us that need to be broken, and you can't break them without being in denial. And fasting will break some things up in your life that you can't do by yourself. Regular prayer is good, but you need to add something to it, which is called fasting. And when you fast, or what is fasting, Reverend John? When you deny yourself for a certain time of day, you don't eat. We're gonna do a water. We're gonna drink water. That's what we're gonna do. This. We're gonna drink water. That means when you shut the world out in your time, whether you fast, somebody gonna fast from 4:30 to 11:30. I got that from Deacon Damner. So when you fast, you don't look at television. You don't listen to the radio. You ain't texting. You ain't on the phone talking about stuff that's not important. You're not gossiping about things you shouldn't be talking about. That time is between you and God. Because in order to get results, it means this is you and God's time. So when you fasting, it means you are denying yourself, number one, which is it hurts to deny you. You don't get up in the morning, drink your favorite coffee, and eat your favorite eggs and bacon on croissant, or toast. That means I'm turning this down because I need something done. And until you really know that you need something done, you're not going to turn certain things down. You got to learn to say, Lord, I'm doing this because I need your help. And it's called sacrifice. That means you're not going to eat to a certain time. Now, if you're on medication, that's different. Take your medication, because I don't want nobody saying, Reverend Johnson, don't take your medication. You ain't hear that from me. I'm saying take your medication. And when you do it, take your medication, go on your fast. Amen. You might take medication every 5 hours. Amen. Right? Amen. Huh? Amen. Or every 6 hours. Amen. So you fast in between your medication. Amen. Drink water. Amen. 6 hours up, come off your fast. Take your medication again. Amen. But we need something done. And I'm telling you, and I've done this, when I pastored for 18 years, one of the main things I did do, I always went on a corporate fast. Because anytime the church is trying to move forward, there's always something that's distractions. Then I would have prayer on the first Friday of every month that God would get the month, make this be a blessed month, a prosperous month. Because I'm going to tell you something, y'all. We're in a spiritual warfare. Amen. You can say what you want to say. I mean, out there, even in here. Amen. And you keep thinking you fighting natural people. You ain't fighting natural. There are spirits in people that want to do what they do and in order to dismiss that demon. I'm going to tell you, it's a demon. Amen. It is a demon. It's a generational demon. It's a cursed demon. And there are people that all of us have spirits we dealing with. But the only way to deal with yourself or the spirit that you're dealing with is you got to starve that spirit. All right. You got to starve that demon till they don't want to live in you no more. All right. Y'all don't want to talk about that. Thank you. You got to starve that demon and stop giving it what it wants. All right. And then when you start starving that demon and stop giving it what it wants, it has nowhere to live. All right. Even Jesus said this, when I cast the devil out of a person, it goes to and fro. And it comes back to visit that house years later. And if you let it back in, it brings that demon stronger, 3 times stronger than the first one. That's why when you leave a drug alone or leave some kind of addiction alone, when you start back doing that addiction, it's worse than the first time. Amen. And we have some spirits, all of us, for me, you, we have family spirits, we have community spirits, we have some in-depth demons that you got to deal with that spirit. Blaming everybody. You can't blame everybody. Sometimes you got to face yourself in the mirror and say, God, this is me that I'm looking at, and I got some stuff in me that don't belong to me, and I keep blaming other people about where I am in you. I'll tell you, well, let's go to this. I'm going to give you some scriptures. All right. So now, whatever time you fast into, be true to it. If you get up at 5 o'clock, you say, I'm going to fast at 10, then you do it at 10. Right. But we're going to do it Monday through Friday. I need everybody corporately saying the same thing, fasting and praying for the same thing, for the growth of the church, for the oneness of the church, that God would save souls in Windsor, save souls in Bertie County, that he would deliver this county from certain spirits. Amen. Number one, tradition and religion. Amen. Spirits in this county. Drug demons, alcohol demons, sexual perversion. All these are demons that need to be fasted. You're wrong when you think you're right, and you're right and you're wrong. It's 2 left shoes. Out there, they need help. Drug selling spirits. These spirits are spirits. Selling drugs, they spirits. Talk, Reverend. They don't want to talk to me. Now, even in the church, there are spirits right in the church. And we preaching and we jumping and shouting. And there are demons in the church that don't want to release the people. They don't want to release the pew. They don't want to go no farther than they're growing. We're going to keep Zion just like it is. The hell with that spirit. Because that spirit can't live so long when you get around strong people that's fasting and praying. That demon has got to go. You can't hold up the progress of the church. You can't stop the pews from growing. You can't stop the church. A fasting church and a praying church, it would dismiss all demons. We're 155 years old, 54 years old. Can you imagine the spirit that we dealing with? Arguing demons, divided demons. Can't nobody come together. These are demonic spirits holding up progress in the church. The pastor can't be the pastor because you got pew pastors. There'll always be somebody in the pew following somebody in the pew, and both of them going to fall into the ditch. How can the blind lead the blind except they both fall? So I'm telling you, there are demonic spirits we're dealing with. And it ain't just start here, start in your house, in your family, from your mama, daddy. And if you don't break your mama spirit, because some of us, just like our mamas and daddies, ain't worth a hill of beer. Troublemaker. Always disturbing stuff. Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead. Amen. Thank you. I'm going to give you some scripture. I'm not mad at nobody. I'm mad at them spirits. I see them. I've been dealing. I'm telling you that fasting prayer works. When I'm talking about Zion, I'm talking about everybody, the church as a whole. Out there, the church up the street, church down the street. The church can't even come together because people are confused and divided. Come on, let's go ahead and say, Mark, I'm going to give you a text, and I'm going to give you a couple of more to have your pens and pads ready. We're going to start this fast on tomorrow. You can't fast if you're not praying. And you need to read the scriptures for yourself when you study. Study at home, fast and pray. I mean, be honest this week. Be honest this week, y'all. Amen. First, we're going to fast and pray for yourself. And I'm going to talk more about that after the service. I'm not going to be long. Mark 9. I'm trying to get to the 29th verse, so I'll start. At the 19th verse. Talks about when this man brings his son to Jesus' disciples. But they didn't have no power, Sister Flo. They was following Jesus and didn't have no power. Look what it says, the 19th verse. And he answered, he answered him and said, O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you, and how long shall I suffer you? Bring him unto me. And they brought him unto him, and when he saw him straightway, the spirit tore him. And he fell on the ground and wallowed foaming. And he asked his father, how long is it ago since this came unto him? Look at this, look at this. All right. And he said, since he's been a child. This demonic spirit had this boy trapped since he was a child. No doubt he's probably a teenager now. But he said he's been trapped since a child. In other words, this demon been taking my son, throwing him into the fire. Amen. Throwing him into the water. Foaming at the mouth. He says, my son is in trouble. I need you to help my son. But first, my confession is, Lord, I believe somewhat you can do it. Right. But I still have unbelief that you can deliver my son. Right. See, it's the honesty. See, we think we're dealing with just people and sickness, and I'm gonna get to more. I'm gonna give you some more scripture. We think we're dealing with people and sicknesses. These sicknesses are generational diabetes, high blood pressure. This stuff is passed down through generation spirits. They curse our family, and we have 5 generations of folks with diabetes, and folk getting the legs amputated, arms amputated, and so now until we deal with stuff, number one, correct your eating, and then cast the spirit out. All right, all right. It's no sense in taking medication with something that you ain't gonna stop doing. All right, amen. That's backwards. Amen. Yes. I'm taking medication, but I'm gonna keep doing this wrong. My father died, an alcoholic. The doctor said, stop drinking. Kept drinking. I mean, drink for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He drank for breakfast. That was breakfast. All right. Lunch for breakfast, dinner for breakfast, bed, drink. He drank his life to death. Yes. At 45 years old, my father died an alcoholic. Right. Do you think when he died, that spirit died with him? No. The first thing we must now get in the Johnson boys. All right, man. Let's check the boys out and see how strong they can be. And now we're going to check them out. All so right. Now we deal with spirits, alcohol spirit, drug addiction spirit. See, when I say alcohol, so now you might not be an alcoholic, but you're hooked on drugs. All right. It's all the same category. Right. We can't get the middle boy on alcohol, but we can get him on drugs. All right. Can't get the baby boy on alcohol. But before I came to God, I was doing drugs and drinking heavily. But when I got saved, I learned that I must consecrate myself so my daddy demons can't live in me. All right, all right. Good. On my mama's side, we fight sugar diabetes, so I'm not going to ever get that. My grandmama had it, my mama's mama had it. She lived to be 100. My mama got it, but she's 83 years old. But I'm telling you, if you don't deal with yourself and these spirits in your life, they're going to take you out of here. You're going to keep blaming people. You're going to keep blaming flesh, and it's spiritual. All right. Let me give you some more scripture. I'm going to get out of here, Sister Vicky. He said, how long you been dealing with? He said, well, he's been to the child. Oftentimes he hath cast himself in the fire, into the waters, to destroy himself. But if thou can do us anything, have compassion on us. If thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. This is Jesus talking. And straightway the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe, but help thou my unbelief.
All right.
When Jesus saw that the people came running together, he rebuked the foul spirit, saying unto him, Thou dumb and deaf spirit, I charge you to come out of him and enter no more into him. And the spirit cried and rent the boy and came out of him, and he was as one dead, in so much that many said, He is dead. But Jesus took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose.
All right.
And he was coming to the house. His disciples asked him privately, Why could not we cast him out? Get that?
All right.
His disciples that followed him, those that come to church every Sunday, and it's bad to come to church and don't have no power.
All right. Amen. Amen.
Jesus said to him, watch this. And Jesus said to them, This kind, is that what your Bible says?
Right.
Can come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting. Jesus said you cannot cast the devil out because you don't fast and you don't pray.
All right.
It's one thing not to fast, but another thing not to pray. Because some of us only pray when we get in trouble.
All right.
And some of us only pray when our family members get in trouble.
Right.
You got to be daily in prayer, talking to God. And I don't mean on your knees every day. Sometimes you can start on your knees, and while you're driving to work, you can be praying. While you're at work, you can be praying. Some of us don't pray because something starts happening to us. And can I tell some of y'all, you better stop waiting to give God praise. Don't wait till the worst that happens to give God your best.
Amen.
See, some of us wait till the worst happens. Now you want to give God. Now you're on your back. Oh, Lord, I love you. I need you. No, he was trying to get your attention when you were acting crazy in the church. But then he didn't get your attention. So now some of us got stricken with something. Now God got our attention.
All right.
I'll tell you, let me give you this. Unbelief. Unbelief is an enemy.
Amen. All right.
Overcoming the mountains of what seemed to be impossible. We find that Jesus did not operate in the power of God in his hometown because of unbelief of the people. The disciples could not cast out a strong demon because of unbelief. It is important to drive out unbelief from your life. And one of the ways this is accomplished is through prayer and fasting.
Amen.
Prayer and fasting helps us clear obstacles to our faith and faith-filled actions. Watch this. Fasting coupled with prayer is one of the most powerful weapons to receiving a breakthrough and overcoming unbelief. Jesus proceeded his ministry with fasting and returned in the power of the Spirit into Galilee. Jesus did not struggle with unbelief, and he operated in faith throughout his ministry. When you are challenged with unbelief in any situation,
All right.
I encourage you as your pastor to fast and pray for a breakthrough.
Amen.
Watch this. Let me give you something. I'm going to give you a couple of scriptures. I'm going to show you something here. Watch this. Fasting will help you to break through all oppositions of the enemy. Watch this. There are some spirits in a person, in a region, in a nation that cannot be overcome without fasting.
All right.
There are spirits in our homes, in us, in this city, in our nation, in our region that cannot be tackled or dealt with but by prayer and fasting.
All right. All right.
Say it one more time. There are spirits in our homes, in our own lives,
All right.
in our children, in our city, in our region, and in our county, but they cannot be dealt with unless the church start making sacrifices.
All right. All right.
You can't deal with a drug addict demon in your family until you say, Lord, I'm turning my plate down for my sister, my brother, or my cousin.
Amen.
Might not work overnight, but I tell you, over time, it will start working if you believe God in what you're doing.
All right.
Don't go to sleep yet. Watch this. Hold your eyes open. Watch this. Let me give you this. I'm going to beat that. Do you not know poverty is a spirit?
Yes, sir. Amen.
Being in debt is a spirit.
Amen. Come on.
Living from paycheck to paycheck, that's a spirit.
Amen.
It's called poverty.
Amen.
Watch this. Look at Joel 2. Joel, J-O-E-L, the 2nd chapter. See, I'm not hooping. I'm not who I'm going to teach because we're going to do some stuff this week. Guarantee we're going to break through some stuff, Jovita, Parker. We're going to break through some stuff this week. Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you what real fast and prayer do. When you start talking about generation curses, folk get uneasy. Spirit don't. When the spirit don't want to come out, first thing they tell you is talking about you, or you need to not be around them. Because the spirit don't want you to be delivered. How come the devil know more word than you? He gonna live in somebody. Just don't let it be you. See, y'all been used to all the hooping. You want to go to the church with the preacher hoop and you ain't learning nothing. Church is under an attack. The church can't even get out the attack. The church is being bound. So you got 1,000 people, but you're bound. Because you hooping. He sound good, child. He ain't said nothing. Tickle your ears and you holler and scream and you still bound. Anytime you go somewhere and you're not teaching how to get delivered from something or someone, you ain't grown. Let me go over here. Stop. See, growth don't mean numbers. Growth means how well you mature. From what you used to do, now you don't do no more. That's growth. And I'd rather grow in maturity before we grow in numbers. First, let's get our foundation right, because our foundation here at Zion is kind of crooked. You don't want no real pastor. You don't want no real preacher. Because I come to tell you the truth. And if y'all want to get rid of me, the only way you get rid of me is because of truth. You get rid of me because of truth, then that's on you. And I'll show leave. Without a fight. Because guess what? Nobody going to stop me from telling the truth. Because guess what? I can talk it from the street standpoint of view and the pulpit standpoint of view. However you want it, let's deal with it. You get it from the street way, you get it from. But one thing about me, I ain't dumb, and I'm not the daughter's knife in the drawer. And one thing I'm not going to tolerate is division, troublemaking, and problem. That spirit got to go because it's been here too long. Now, have you want it? Then deal with it. I got to deal with myself if I lie to you. Amen. And I will be a sucker. I have to denounce myself from being a thug. If I don't tell you, see, some of y'all be talking about keep it 100. Keep it 100. You don't know nothing about no 100. You know what your 100 is? I'm going to tell them how I feel, but I don't want to hear how they feel. That's your 100. Your 100 is, I'm going to tell them, but they can't tell me. You ain't 100. 100 means I receive it from you and you receive it from me. Let's go with some, let's go. We can lecture without arguing. Let's keep it 100, Zion. Let's keep it 100. Let me give you this. Joel 2. Joel gave the people of Israel the proper response to the locust invasion. See, they were taken over by locusts. If you read the same chapter, the locusts have eaten up, and the palmer worm and the cankerworm have eaten up their resources, their food, their money. They was broke because they allowed the locusts and the palmer worm and the cankerworm to come into their territory, invade them, and take away all their resources. Read it when you get home. The locusts represent, what do the locusts represent, Reverend? The spirits of poverty and lack. The locust has come upon Israel and devoured the harvest. Joel encouraged the people to fast and to repent. Fast and to repent. God promised to hear their prayer and answer by sending corn, wine, and oil, which represents prosperity. Watch this. Fasting breaks the spirit of poverty and releases the spirit of prosperity. Watch this. Fasting breaks the mountain of fear and releases great things. Watch this. Joel 2:22. Fasting causes us to become more fruitful. No fruit? Sometimes you got to labor for your fruit.
Amen.
Amen.
And people want fruit without laboring. Watch this, Brother Rasco. It comes to a point that you can't live off other people's prayers.
Amen. Amen.
Sometimes you got to learn how to pray for yourself.
Amen.
And we good at that. Pray for me. What you doing?
All right. All right.
Because some things you dealing with, God might hear my prayers, but it's more effective when you know what's going on with you and you do it yourself. Especially fasting. And guess what? Can I be honest with you? We all in here know what we're dealing with as individuals.
Amen.
We all know we're fighting as individuals. You know what stuff came from as an individual. And you know what you're dealing with now as an individual. Only thing I come to tell you how to deal with it.
Amen.
And don't come by asking people to fast and pray for you. Some stuff you got to do for yourself.
Amen.
This man came to Jesus for his son, for him.
Go ahead.
I'm tired of seeing my son twisted.
All right.
And until you get tired of seeing your house twisted, your family twisted, your marriage twisted, you don't like me, your children twisted, your grandchildren twisted, until you see it for yourself, and until you deal with it for yourself, nothing is going to change. The only way something's going to change in your house, your family, is sometimes through you.
All right.
Let me hurry up. I'm going to deal with this right quick. Let me show you something here. Isaiah 58. I'm giving you all fasting scriptures. Now I'm talking about, I'm teaching from the Bible plus a book that I studied from. So I ain't just up here talking. Isaiah 58:5 and through 6. Somebody read it. Give me a reader, because y'all quiet. 58:5 through 6.
It is such a fast that I have chosen. A day for a man to afflict his soul. Is it to bow down his head as a bush, and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Will thou call this a fast and an acceptable day to the Lord? Is not this the fast that I have chosen? To loose the bands of wickedness,
Loose the bands of wickedness.
to undo the heavy burden,
To undo the heavy burden.
and to let the oppressed go free,
And to let the oppressed go free.
and that ye break every yoke.
And break every yoke. Yokes. Now watch this. Many believers struggle with sicknesses such as cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, sinus problems, chronic pain. These spirits of infirmity. It's a spirit of infirmity. It's a spirit of infirmity. The one with the issue of blood, when she came to Jesus, she had a spirit of infirmity. She could not stop the bleeding. What is an infirmity? Something that's going on inside your body that's going to take you out of here and continue to go until you put a stop to it.
Amen.
It's called an infirmity.
All right.
Watch this. Watch this. They are often generational struggles. Let me say it again. Cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, sinus problems, chronic pain. These are spirits of infirmity are often generational. Fasting helps eliminate chronic sicknesses and diseases. God has promised that our health will spring forth speedily. Now the Bible says, I would that you be in good health.
Amen.
I would that you prosper, be in good health, even as your soul prosper. Can I say to you, sometimes before you start fasting, you got to change your diet.
Amen.
You don't like this part here?
Right.
There are certain things you can't eat no more and do no more, then you can fast. Why you going to fast about something you ain't going to stop doing?
All right.
So now if you're going to fast that God would take away the diabetes or the high blood, your first prayer should be is, Lord, help me stop eating bad.
All right.
And then if you pray it long enough, start doing it. And then when you stop eating bad, then you can fast, that God will dismiss the spirit from your body. I'm preaching better. Y'all saying amen. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying. And you ought to get tired of being sick and sitting up in church and hearing all the preaching. And you can't stop having high blood pressure and sugar diabetes. It's not the effect that the word ain't effective. It's that you ain't changing. You don't like this small word. And until you change, the word will never be effective. Because the word will become effective when you do the word. Be ye not just hearers of the word, but be ye doers also. So you can't hear the word for 10 years and expect and don't do nothing and think God gonna break generational curses. It's not gonna happen. You can fast and don't change your diet and you're gonna still have the curse. I'm telling you, it is God's will that you be healed, you be blessed and delivered, but some of us don't change our habits. If you want God to bless you financially, you got to change our spending habits. If you want God to bless you and get rid of sin, you got to change how you eat. If you want God to bless you and use you, you gotta change how you act. You got to change your attitude. You got to change your spirit. You got to change the way you think. You can't get God to move until you change yourself. They ain't going to talk to him. I'm all right. I'm good. I'm preaching better than you saying amen though. But Sister Rasco, these are generational curses. And then we come to the church begging God to help us. All right. Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. And God said, you already got help. All right. It's in you. All right. Change your mind. Yes, sir. If you don't change your mind, you ain't going to change your actions. Amen. Amen. Let me say it one time to us. All right. I'm going to deal with that this afternoon too about these B's and these H's on the men and women's side. All right. Y'all like you can't take me. You can't take me. We call each other B's and H's, and you receive being a B and an H. And I give you the meaning of that word at the service. I know when the men and women come. If you receive of somebody calling you a B and an H, you ain't no better than the one that's calling you no more. You accept that. Amen. Lord, I want to say it, but I got to hold it because y'all might can't. I'll say it when I get to the First Baptist, the whole word. It's spelled different kind of ways. But how do you become a female dog? All right now. How you become a hoe? And that came from a slave master when he said, look at that hoe, she a hard-working hoe. All right. But now the black man, you look at that hoe right there, and you accept him calling you a hoe, and you ain't no better than him calling you a hoe, because you had a black man, a white man have filtrated our minds to degrade ourselves. All right. It wasn't a tool hoe, the H-O-E. It was them saying that's a good, look at her having them babies. All right. Now she out there working. That's a good hoe out there. All right. Ain't it, boys? All right. All right. We were not calling ourselves hoe. And then you're dressing like one. All right. Come on now. Because you've been told you was like that all your life. Now you're going to dress like one. All right. Then they say you're a female dog. Keep acting like one. All right. Roof, roof, roof. I went to that. Let me get past. Y'all don't like my preaching. Well, one thing about me, if you will ever say you're going to say Reverend Johnson, taught me the truth. Without filter. All right. I ain't putting no filter because you can't handle it no other way. And let me I'm putting no chocolate over this. All right. Bring it on, God. And thank you. So I'm going to tell you, if y'all follow me this day, we ain't going to hoop over there. Amen. I'm going to talk to you. Amen. I'm tired of hooping now because we ain't going nowhere. Amen. Listen, let me go over here. I don't want to lose my car. I don't want to get distracted. Watch this. Now, Isaiah 58:11. 58:11. We're going to somebody read out there 58:11 and 12. And this will be going to be fast. I'm deal with this stuff right now.
And the Lord shall guide thee continually, and satisfy thy soul in drought. Right. And make fat thy bones, and thou shalt be like a watered garden, and like a spring of water, whose waters never waters fail not.
Watch
And
this.
they shall be of thee, shall build the old waste places. Thou shalt raise up the foundations of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, and the restorer of paths to dwell in.
Now watch this. Many believers have difficulty making correct decisions. Watch this. Concerning relationships, finances, and ministry. Watch this. This causes a setback and wasted time because of foolishness or foolish decisions. How many of them have setbacks in life because you made bad decisions?
Amen. Amen.
From me on down to you. We have had setbacks because we made bad decisions because we didn't have a sound thought.
All right.
And I'm telling you, some of us now, we can't afford to make another bad decision. I know I can't. Not just off ignorance or not off stupidity, because I didn't want to take time and have patience enough to wait for God to give me a sound answer. And fasting will help you get some clear guidance before you make your decision.
Amen.
This causes setbacks and wasted time because of foolishness. Fasting will help believers make correct decisions by releasing divine guidance. Watch this. Fasting eliminates confusion. Fasting causes clarity and releases understanding and wisdom to make correct decisions. Watch this. Fasting is recommended for those who are making important decisions, such as marriage, relationship, who they hang with, who they have children with. You don't like me. You better check the background of the one you get ready to have a baby with, because guess what? If they had an ignorant past in their family membership, and your background already tore up, you marry somebody with a tore background, it's going to be some whole lot of confusion, because now, when you marry somebody, you don't marry them, you marry their mama, their daddy, their grandmama. You don't like what I'm saying. You don't like me. When you marry a person, you don't marry them, you marry their mamas, their daddies, their uncles. You marry all that generational stuff, because they didn't come here by themselves. They came here through bloodline. They came here through a bloodline. And it wasn't their decision to come through the bloodline. God used the seed of the mom and daddy, even though they was confused and crazy.
Amen.
And brought that child through the bloodline. It ain't the child's fault.
Amen.
Now, when they grow up, they don't know what they was dealing with from the past. So now both of y'all get married with jacked up passes from your bloodline. Now you wonder why he doing good today and now he cussing you out tomorrow. He can't defeat his daddy's daddy from standing up in him sometimes. Because his daddy didn't know how to treat a woman. His granddaddy didn't know how to treat a woman. His great-daddy didn't know how to treat a woman. Now they're all fighting through him to cuss you out as a beautiful queen. And that's what's going on. They don't get into my message. Because when you deal with a Negro or a guy that has not been trained how to be a man, he's going to always mistreat you, and you're not going to be a queen to him, you're going to be a B. B-I-T-C-H, because he had no man training. Help me preach up in here. I know I'm doing a good job now. And some of y'all dealing with men that had no training, to know how to dress themselves, know how to talk, know how to treat a woman, don't know how to take care of children, because they have been mistrained through a crazy man, through another crazy man, from another crazy man. Now you talking about I love him. And if we do love him, because your mama dealt with the same kind of man that you getting involved with, because you don't know no better. Or you see what your mama dealt with, and you thought he was smacking you around, cussing you out, telling you crazy, you wasn't no good, you accepted it. Now you grew up and seen your mama being treated like that. You thought that was a normal thing. And getting in touch with a man. That wasn't love, that was ignorance.
Yes, sir.
Now you want to ever have children come up in that?
All right now. All right.
It's called generational curses. And then you'll bring that spirit to church and you want us to deal with it. And then when we deal with it, you get mad and leave because you don't want to get delivered from your generational curses.
All right.
Oh, watch this. Now watch this. Because some of y'all tolerate the Negro in your house because in order to tolerate something, Trina, you got to put your mind to sleep.
All right now. All right.
Well, you don't like me. Y'all quiet. You ain't saying nothing now. In order for you to tolerate something, you know what you got to do? You got to make your mind go to sleep.
Yes, sir.
And act like it ain't happening.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Am I doing good, Brother
Yes, sir.
Rascal?
Yes, sir.
Number 2, Brother Rascal 2.
All right.
There ain't one. We have to say, go to sleep.
All right.
Act like you don't see it and hear it. 10 years going by. Now the spirit you tolerating is growing like this.
All right now.
It's bigger than the house now, and now you scared to really go home sometimes.
All right.
Because now that spirit has taken over your house because you tolerated when it first started doing it.
Yes, sir.
If you would have killed it when it started acting like that, say, look at that nigga, I don't tolerate that. Next time matter of fact, you ain't got another chance to call me out my name. The next time you call me out my name, the door is right there. Matter of fact, you can't even be it. Sis, you can't be here no more. I ain't that hard to marry no woman that's gonna mistreat me, nor a man mistreat me. You don't hear what I'm saying? Mistreat you. Because we tolerate stuff, we put our minds to sleep. And before I put my mind to sleep from being intelligent, wise, and knowledgeable, I put whatever in my life trying to make me tolerate it. Get the hell out of me. Out of my house, out of my area, out of my arena. I'm not going to deal with it because I'm not going to tolerate it in there. I got to hear him get out of here because y'all. I got 10 minutes. I'm done 10 minutes. I promise you. Quiet. So we tolerate stuff.
Yes, sir.
Well, y'all got the right preacher down there.
Yes, sir.
Some of y'all saying, man, I don't know. It's all right. I'm just trying to get us somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Because I've been stuck too long.
All right.
So we've been tolerating stuff.
All right. All right.
Tap somebody beside you
All right.
and say, hey, we got to think it over. Watch this. Many obstacles that believers encounter are generational. The generational curses result from the iniquity of the fathers.
All right now.
Generational sins such as pride, rebellion,
All right.
idolatry,
All right.
witchcraft,
Yeah.
occult involvement,
All right.
masonry,
All right.
and lust open the door for evil spirits to operate in family through generations.
All right.
Demons of destruction, demons of failure, demons of infirmity, demons of lust, demons of addiction. Demons are major strongholds in the lives of million believers.
All right.
Watch this. Fasting helps loose the band of the wickedness. Fasting lets the oppressed go free. Fasting helps us rebuild the old waste places. Fasting reverses the desolation that results from sin and rebellion.
All right.
You see, let me read on to witchcraft, occult involvement, rebellion, spirit of pride. Don't ever want to say I did it, but you blame everybody else. Rebellion, fight against everything. Idolatry, worship idol gods. Witchcraft. Behind the 8 ball,
All right now.
shaking the dice.
All right now.
Put up on the cup, let's shake it, let's see what's going to happen. Putting stuff on your doormat. That ain't going to keep nothing away.
All right now.
Only going to keep something away is you change.
All right now.
You know, witchcraft, real witchcraft is a spirit of rebellion. If you look at 1 Samuel the 15th chapter, God said this to Samuel. To Saul. He said, because you have disobeyed me. I told you to go down and kill the Amalekites. You can read again, 1 Samuel, the 15th chapter, around the 22nd verse. He said, I told you to go down and kill the Amalekites. He said, the reason I told you to go down and kill them, he said, because they'll come back and attack you.
All right.
He said, I said, kill the babies, kill the animals. Don't bring nothing back here.
All right.
He spoke through Samuel, the prophet, and told Saul, go kill everything. If you don't, they're going to come back and take over.
All right.
Saul went down there, and he didn't kill everything. He brought back some animals, some cattle, and the king.
All right.
Amalekite. He brought them back. Then Samuel came to Saul and said, did you do everything God told you to do? Yeah, man, we took care of it all, preacher. Prophet, I guarantee we took care of everything. He said, then what's that I hear bleeping back there? Sound like a sheep. He said, well, I decided to save some of the things because the people told me.
All right now.
Instead of preacher threw you under the bus,
All right now.
the people made me do it. Told me to bring it all back.
All right.
Samuel said to him, God told me to tell you, you're no longer going to be king because you disobeyed. He said, disobedience is the sin of witchcraft and rebellion.
All right.
So it ain't so much somebody working witchcraft. Some of us work witchcraft on ourselves because we walk in disobedience and rebellion to what God says.
All right.
The witch doctor didn't do it. You did it to yourself because you didn't listen to what God said. He said, I'm dismissing you because the sin of rebellion
All right.
is as witchcraft.
Amen.
Read it when you go. It's in there.
All right.
Nobody can make you do wrong but you. Nobody can make you not hear God but you.
Amen.
And baby dolls and brothers and sisters, and little one, I'm in a critical situation in my own life to the point that I ain't got a chance to make no more stupid mistakes.
All right now.
No more bad decisions. Because when you see God moving in your life,
All right.
something going to always come and try to make you stop doing what's making God move. Something will always come in to interrupt your blessing. And you got to stop being distracted by people, places, and things.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Amen.
I'm glad
Amen.
what God is doing for me right now.
Amen.
But I know it was a rebellious time in my life, even as I was a preacher. And couldn't nobody do nothing to me but except I done it to myself.
Amen.
I'm glad, Brother Rascal, God restored me. And has restored me in certain areas. See, when I talk to you, I'm not telling you to beat on you. I'm telling you to tell you some experience that is bad not to do certain things for God. It'll come back and get you.
Amen.
Even me hang with the wrong preachers.
All right.
There's some damn good preachers out here.
All right now.
They preaching not because they're anointed, because they got the gift.
All right.
And they've been to school. And they not preaching. They don't care nothing about the people.
All right.
I heard someone say that. They ain't thinking about you.
All right now.
All they care about getting their check at the end of the week.
All right.
And don't care how the hell you act at the end of the week.
All right.
And they come back and hoop you and make you run up and down and shout you. And you say, we sure got a good reverend. Reverend ain't thinking about you. Reverend is damnable. He's hellacious. He's full of this and full of that. And he don't care how you do.
All right.
And some of them got big churches. And I tell you, it ain't God blessing them because of that big church. This is you got some faithful people that love their building.
All right.
And they put up with the preacher. Now watch this. I'm going to give you a good story. I'm going to be done. There's a preacher I knew for years. I knew him for 20 years. God has blessed him. He had blessed him to grow a church from 200 people to 1,500 people. It's in Winston-Salem. Knew him for years. He preached for me. I preached for him. And I lived there. But he had no boundaries in his actions. Had a thriving church in Winston. Big, grew it. Ended up buying 15 acres, grew built a basketball court with a building, classroom in the back, built a 1,500 seater with a big fellowship hall, rooms and this and that, nice hall. But he had no boundaries. God blessed him, gave him a church there in 1990. He grew it. Years kept going, but he had no boundaries. Do anything. Sleep and this, that. And I'm not talking about I'm giving you experience that I know.
All right.
Well, he's the church name or the preacher.
All right.
I'm telling you, and I knew him.
Yes, sir.
But was doing this. Mary had a good family, good this and that, sleeping with this and sleeping with that, sleeping with them, sleeping with that. And then got to the point where he didn't care about sleeping with married women.
All right.
Watch this. But even the street code know this. When I was not married, I'm not sleeping with no married woman. I didn't sleep with a separated woman or a married woman.
All right. All right.
You wasn't divorced.
All right.
I'm not sleeping with you. I don't care if you separated. Y'all don't like my word. No. You got to be single.
Yes, sir.
And he did that for years. Last year, lost the church. The membership went from 1,500 to 200, back down to 300. And I spoke to one of his choir directors that had been with him for 20 years. You know what the choir director said? He told Big Cat that I hang with. He said, things never changed.
All right.
He wasn't talking about me, he was talking about the preacher. He said, there's an end to everything. Lost the church, the property, went into bankruptcy, foreclosure, went down to 3. Now he's having church in the Seventh-day Adventist building on a Sunday because they have church on Saturday.
Right.
This just happened 2 months ago. But I'm telling you, the fall of him from where he's come from to fall down, and we call that fallen angels.
Okay.
It came from not nobody hating on him, not nobody being jealous of him. He killed himself by his action.
All right.
He worked witchcraft on himself.
All right.
That scared me to the point I said, and see, and the guy I talked to, and I know, what I'm telling you is, we're going to hurt ourselves by rebellious
All right.
and our disobedience. It's going to hurt you. If we don't change, during this week, during this month, I'm showing this because we're going on a fast.
Amen.
Fasting helps correct you,
All right.
me. So the first thing when you start asking God to help you with some generational stuff.
All right.
So in order for me and my wife to get along, I have to deal with me.
Amen.
Vice versa. Marriage is hard.
Amen.
I'm talking about that too. Y'all think marriage is easy once you. Marriage is hard. Marriage is a job. And sometimes you need to stay single if you ain't ready to get married.
All right.
You might be prepared, but you ain't ready.
All right.
What do you mean, Reverend? Well, the table can be fixed, but the food not be ready.
All right.
The table is prepared,
Yes, sir.
but the food ain't ready. A lot of us might be prepared for marriage, but you ain't ready for marriage.
All right.
And don't be so hard up to get married that you take anything. If you don't have a tolerating level, you need to not stay by yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with being by yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with it. In time, God, everybody, can I tell you something? Everybody gonna get married. Marriage ain't for everybody, let's be honest. But fornication is a sin too.
Amen.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. But I ain't got nothing how you do it, help yourself. But I'm just telling you, don't get married just for that either. The Bible speaks of that. He said if you're on fire burning, it's better to marry than to burn. So but I ain't just get married, because after a while you get mad enough at that person, you don't want to do nothing with him anyway. Ain't nothing going around. I'm mad at you. What we gonna do?
All right.
I'm too mad to be stimulated.
All right.
Y'all don't like my preaching. See how y'all do it? Y'all so deep. You don't like real. That's keeping it one line.
Come on. All right.
Oh, my wife knows I'm who I am. She knows I'm something else. She knows I'm something else. And I ain't talking about her. She knows I'm something else. And she is too. She's quiet and acting quiet. She's something else. And she's too handful. But I see the good in her. But see, God knew who to give you for the things you're doing. I needed her for me to do real ministry. I need the wrong wife for me because, see, I would have been divorced again. But ain't nobody going to stop me from doing ministry. Amen. I'm done. I finish this next Sunday. We're going to keep talking about fast the rest of the month. We're going to fast this week. Come on, clap your hands one time. I'm done. Study them scriptures. So now, pick your time. Pick what you're fasting about. Pick your time in your mind. And that's what we're going to pray and fast for. When you get up in the morning, anoint your head with oil. You're going to do water. Drink water all day. Now, those that's on medication, do what you got to do. Eat what you got to do. Take your medication and go on your fast between your medication. All right? But I want you to fast, number 1, for yourself. Amen. Number 2, for your family. Number 3, for the church. Number 3, for the whole body of Christ. Amen. Number 4, for your city, for your community, for your county. And whoever else you want to add to the list. You got to fast and pray for kings and queens and leaders. The thing is, deny yourself. Amen. So I got one person they're going to fast from 4:30 to 11:30. That's good. Because some of us never fasted anyway. Amen. So it's going to kill you. That's what it made for, to kill you. The problem is you've been in the way of everything, even yourself. It's crucifying yourself. Amen. So it's going to hurt. Some of you going to say, I got a headache. That's good. Don't start complaining about who to people. Because when you fast, you ain't supposed to look like you fasting. Right. So don't go around looking all sad. Anoint your head, wash your face, take a shower, go on your day like normal. All right. Don't be walking around to my smile and act like you always act, talk. But then you praying. Yes, sir. And then set a certain time to get up in the morning, at least 15 minutes, do a 15-minute prayer between you and God. And then during the day, pray the same prayer, even while you're in your car, while you're standing at your job at work. Sometimes you got to pull away from the gossip crowd or the crowd you talk to in the break room or whatever. So I'm not going to talk. I'm setting myself aside today. That's for you. Amen. Amen. So I give you no scripture, and write the scripture down too. And I'm done. Write down Ezra. I didn't get to the Ezra 8:21 and 2 Chronicles 20:3. The 2 Chronicles 20:3. That's where he went on. Jehoshaphat went on a fast to defeat the enemy. And Ezra 8:21. 2 Chronicles 20:3 and Ezra 8:21. 8:21. Second Chronicles 20:3 and Ezra 8:21. Psalm 35:13. And then that's it. And I deal with some more of that next Sunday. All right? Come on, clap your hands. If you know the Lord has been good to you, and the Lord spoke to you today, clap your hands and give God praise. So you clap right there? Thank God for a growing church. Let's stand on our feet for a word of prayer.